What's up, Ignition? Harry Bink here, professional freestyle motocross rider. We're hanging out in my garage, looking over my first ever triple backflip that won me Nitro World Games.
Here we go, he's under power with the second time being a charm.
Looks good, looks good, looks good.
Nice.
Perfect. Hell yeah, Harry!
We've seen it not once, but twice out here tonight. Are you kidding me?
That was good. That landing was perfect. That was... Did we just see a triple? Well, we saw triple backflip was going to lose this event.
Shout out to Ignition for making this happen and hosting today. Yeah, so we are going through the triple flip here, approaching the jump, standing, trying to get all your body position dialed. Man, there's so much confidence, doubt in that moment. Coming into the jump, sitting in for a triple flip. As you can see, I didn't quite make it. I come in a little bit short. Man, there was so many nerves. We hadn't ridden our bikes for 3 days, and they didn't give us a practice warm-up, nothing, because it was raining all weekend. There was such short time frames. So the nerves were just going through the roof, and that was the first time we got on our bikes in 3 days. So to do a triple flip, your body's still cold, everything. So I just I knew I was under rotating a little bit. I turned the bars slightly and just enough to kind of just get me out of it. Because if I under rotated a triple backflip and stayed straight, it would slam me onto my head and the bike would just crush me. If I wasn't making it. So I had a little bit of hesitation, so I stayed in for the first 2.5 rotations. And then when I was coming around for the last half of the rotation of the triple flip, I turned the bars slightly and just leaned out of it a little bit. And then that's how the bike just kind of flicked out from underneath me. Now, if that was a dirt lander, I would have stayed 100% straight. I would have 100% committed, because you can't afford to do things like that. But on the equipment, the setup, it was raining, it's dewy. If you look at the tires there, you can see all the water that's coming off the ground. It'd been raining non-stop. All the humidity in the stadium from the grass being wet, you put your goggles on and they instantly fog up. So because of all the condensation coming from the heat coming from the ground with it all being water, and yeah, it was hectic. So coming around attempt number 2, coming into the ramp, fully committing, staying in, just sitting in. Now when I left the lip for that triple flip, mind you, right now, greatest feeling on the earth, better than any birthday celebration, Christmas, anything you've ever had. That moment was the greatest moment of my whole life. Just a dream of wanting to do something as a kid. Travis was trying to land the first double backflip at X Games, and he created a moment of history in action sports. And I always dreamed of having my own moment like that in the sport. So to be able to do a triple flip, the first one in competition, it was just such a crazy, massive accomplishment to relive a moment like that I dreamed of living. So coming in for the second triple flip, I had so much doubt, hesitation, and I was lining up and trying to do everything I could, and I wasn't feeling it. I had doubt in my head, and then I just shut that voice off and just said, go and do exactly what you know how to do, and just commit. Even if it doesn't feel right, just ignore all your gut instincts and just commit and just do what you're here to do. And that's exactly what I did. And then so to come around in 3 rotations, it felt really slow when I left the lip. As you can see here, I just am sitting in, tucking as hard as I can, and then I did have a thought, oh, this is gonna really hurt if I don't get it, and then I just was staying in the ball, and then I felt it come around, and I just slowly stood up, and it was right there was one of the smoothest down landings I've ever had. And yeah, those are the exact moments we live for, and that's what makes us who we are. But yeah, it was definitely a massive emotional roller coaster to achieve that.